All right, welcome back, everybody, to Infernal Intercourse, where Pastor Brian and I will be discussing the TV show Lucifer, and Lucifer will be streaming on Netflix August 21st, the first 8 episodes of the 5th season. I don't think they've scheduled the second 8 episodes yet. And, of course, we learned a couple of weeks ago that now they will have a 6th season, but the showrunners were apparently told that way back in January, so they had time to twiddle with their scripts in season 5, so it may sound like to us like we just know about it. Suddenly they're going to have to tack a 6th season on there, but they've been actually working on that for a while now. So hopefully it'll all, season 5, season 6 come together and not look like it's a mess. But we'll find out. Also, they've put out the first little teaser trailer for season 5, and it's kind of confusing. Thoughts?
It's interesting because I don't know a lot of certainly Zennials and Gen Zs that watch Lucifer. It's just not, it's more us. It's more Xers and maybe Boomers and probably some older Millennials. And so I just think it's so funny because I always feel so old when music is just like noise and, not melody and harmony. Like I like an instrument. And then cut. Like I know I'm supposed to be the MTV generation, but I can't process. So I don't know who that preview is targeting to. Maybe they're hoping to bring aboard some Zennials and Gen Z. I don't know, and maybe that means something to them. I don't know if any of them see it, but for me, it made me not want to watch. I'll be honest. So I was a little heartbroken by that, and I wanted something. I mean, my goodness, we've dissected the heck out of it. I thought we could at least parse something, and unfortunately they didn't give us much, and maybe that's part of what they wanted to do. I don't know.
We'll see. The moment I heard that there was going to be an identical twin to Lucifer, I thought, they jumped the shark. That's it. Stick it in a twin. It's like amnesia, as a plot device or whatever. I don't even understand how Lucifer can have a twin because
Fonzie has a twin, right?
Yeah, because we were told that these characters, these angels, they were just created as is. So each one should be an individual. How can one have a twin? And you'd think if he had a twin, Mom would have mentioned him at some point. Well, you and your twin, were always trouble or something. So that we just suddenly get a twin brother and no one's mentioned, it just feels very, I don't know. I don't know. It doesn't feel
especially
right.
I always, I'm terrible with his name. Is it Azrael? That's the one that sends him, the person that likes him but stays away from him.
What?
Yeah, Azrael. Which is the
angel of death?
Yeah, it's Azrael, right? Yeah. And they talk a lot just about him and his personality. It's just that's another place where I feel like that would have come up somewhere, right? I mean, just that definitely sounds like they're fishing for things. And of course, I mean, it would work to a certain degree in that really the archangels, their names are their function, right? So, I mean, you could have, but again, it would do weird things to this plot if there's another person to function as Lucifer has been functioning. That would maybe be the answer to his dreams, really. But
yeah, and then this person's name is Michael, who's definitely one of the big four, right? So, because Michael is the angel at the gate of Eden with the fiery sword, right?
Yep. The protector, the protector against Satan.
And yet in this, he seems to be the evil twin, where we've been seeing Lucifer being this more gray character, where he does have these, a desire to be better, to better himself, but also is this narcissistic prick. But then they all seem to be pretty narcissistic. So, he's definitely with the big character flaws, but not necessarily evil. And now we're going to get an evil twin. Again, soap opera 101, if it's not amnesia, there's an evil twin somewhere. So I'm dreading, in a sense, this first 8 episodes to see how they're going to handle a evil twin character.
Well, we thought the big news was God, right? Like we thought that was the big news,
Right, and we will get God, and apparently Inbar Lavi will be back as Eve, there will be a black and white episode. I think that'll be the 4th episode where it's in the 40s. And so he solves a crime or helps solve a crime back in the 40s. So this isn't his first, apparently, police gig. And also there's going to be a musical episode.
Yeah, you know I hate these gimmick episodes. I hate
Yeah, we'll
episodes.
see how they do. I mean, Buffy the Vampire Slayer's musical episode is cool. I love it. So it can work, but...
Yeah, Buffy was... Well, I mean, this tries to be camp, but Buffy was pure camp, and each episode kind of had its own kind of... what we would think now is The Simpsons, kind of its own little, theme to it or whatever. But.
Yeah, so I am kind of dreading these first episodes to see how we're going to pull off an evil twin, because I have no confidence it can be done, but maybe it can be.
So I think that's funny because you and I are obviously fans of the series, and they've done everything possible to turn us off. So that's kind of interesting. So that's, I don't know. I mean, I'll watch.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes. I think the main character being someone who does try to redeem himself sometimes, although maybe he hasn't succeeded as much as you think he could have. But of course, he's eternal, right? So he's been around for a long time, and he's only been trying to revise his character for 3 years now. So whatever. So maybe it's why it doesn't seem like it's happening fast enough. But when you're immortal, what's 5 years, right? So.
Yeah, but I mean, it gets old.
Yeah.
And now they've extended it out 2 seasons, so I worry that the arc will continue to stagnate.
Yeah. So we'll see how it goes. I look forward to seeing God. I kind of look forward to see what they're going to do with Eve. I guess the episode in the 40s could be kind of cool, just to see what, I guess, he was like previously when he came up to Earth. Although I think then we're going back, to see a previous, even more narcissistic version of the character that may or may not be interesting now that we've seen him kind of progress somewhat,
I did, the one thing I did like in the one flashback, or not flashback, but the one vintage episode that I'm thinking of was just the interesting where their characters ended up, with similar personalities but in different roles, right? Like I thought that was slightly interesting.
You mean like the end of season 3 where they...
Yeah.
Okay.
The never-ending season, right? Wasn't 3 the never-ending season?
We're also promised someone's going to die, so who knows? I'm afraid it's going to be your man Dan. But he does seem like maybe the most disposable character, or the one that has the least to do. Once he kind of gives up hanging around Chloe so much, and he doesn't like Lucifer.
Well, they keep casting him as the foil,
yeah.
For different people, right? I mean, mainly Lucifer, but he's been for several now. So the whole stand up thing or whatever.
So we'll see. So that's on the 21st, which is just 2.5 weeks from now.
Wow, it is coming. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. So the those of you watching this, obviously on YouTube, it's currently August 4th. So we have 17 days to go before we get the first 8 episodes. So we'll see how it goes.
Well, and it'll be fun. Even that first episode, I have a feeling we'll have a lot to talk about. But then as that season is revealed, it'll be interesting to see.
Yeah, apparently the first episode will be him still in hell. This Michael character shows up, pretends to be him, except that all his friends notice that he's quite different than he used to be. Because I guess Michael hasn't had, advantage of talking with Linda for the past 5 years. And then somehow he gets word, maybe Amenadiel tells him, I don't know, and then he has to come out of hell to confront this twin character. So
I guess these reversals are their thing, right? Because Cain was more like Abel, and Abel was more like Cain, right? And and so maybe this playing opposite the tradition, maybe that's their thing. I don't know. Because Michael should be the good guy. Michael's,
One would think if he's the flaming sword guy in Eden, but I don't know. Guess we'll find out.
There's a context to Michael besides, all that, and that's the the patron saint for police and firefighters. You know, and they pray to Saint Michael for protection from evil. And so, yeah, it'll be quite interesting to see what they do with that.
Ah, well, if they, I assume they know that. I don't know what they know, what they don't know, or how much Catholicism they want to stick in there. They keep having Catholic priests show up, but no. All right. Any final thoughts?
I'll watch it. I want it to start because I think they'll probably do better than what it sounds like.
Okay, we trust them, hopefully. So we'll see how it goes. All right, so remember to, if you like this, hit like and subscribe, hit the little bell notification so you know when I put up more videos, and we'll see you later. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.